The problem with necro experiments, especially those ones, they have wings. Which means they probably won't even be able to wear clothing. I mean, you know, we should actually start off with my profession as a trader. Or like a bookkeeper or something. I wouldn't be against, what's the word? Starting off with a companion that would have animals like an elven companion. But I want my main character to be a dwarf or something that I know I can get upgrades for. Let's go with social awareness, musicality, and linguistic ability. Traders of the Wandering Dwarven Accountant. Well, trader. Are they randomized available to what's... They show up as available if they are available to the world. So if a necromancer experiment of a particular type is part of a faction in the world, then they are playable as part of that faction in adventure mode. Every single necromancer experiment is different sizes. Right? Because it depends on the creature that they were made out of and whether or not that experiment was a success. Also, apparently ads are about to run. Surprise. I mean, throwing might not be bad because, like, we're hopefully going to have coins, right? Ads just ran? Okay, well then Twitch is off for me then. Yeah, but I would rather just play a dwarf then. Reprom. Everybody likes the funny animal people, and I will forever state that I would rather play a dwarf. Yeah, necromancer experiments have to be an historic figure. Because the events in which they are created is a historic one, similar to, like, artifacts being made. Creativity is a bad thing to have right now, though, because it, like, requires crafting, right? And makes your character require crafting. Why don't I take memory and endurance? Say high endurance. Let's see what this gives me. Competent appraiser. So trading gives me appraisal. That's it. I don't know if it gives me any of the other conversation skills. I wonder what, occupation. I wonder what administrator gives me. Or a clerk. For starting skills. Record keeper. Okay. So clerk gives me record keeper. But no appraisal. What does administrator give me? Organizer. Okay. What does doctor give me? It's all doctoring skills, obviously. I think teacher is an option. All right, well, let's just go with trader then. Although, being a competent appraiser by default is not necessarily the best thing. Let's take a few points in dodging. They can't because I've disabled it. And if they did, I would refund it because I don't really have a way of letting you redeem dwarves. Yeah, it's disabled. I don't really have a way of letting you redeem things in adventure mode. And if a tier 2 sub adds somebody, I will just ignore them because there's nothing that I can do with it. All right, chat wants thrower. This is for you, chat. You're welcome. I'm a talented thrower. Let's go with swimmer and climber just on novice because they're useful. Let's say 1 point in reader. Speaker. Persuader. few points into persuading. All right, let's go with that. That is literally what guild halls do, Duck Ponders. Be cool if there were ways for dwarves to teach each other skills in Fort mode. That's literally what guild halls do. You make a guild hall, and then there's 3 buttons. There's one that says guild members only. Then there's one that says citizens and long-term residents only. Then there's one that says public. If you make it citizens and long-term residents only, anybody who has any interest in learning that skill, whenever a dwarf has that skill in the fortress, they go in there. Can you do that for tactics? Tactics is trained upon attacking things, and only soldiers do that. So, no, you can't do that for tactics. However, the Rangers Guild trains ambushing. Basically, like, the skills that you start off with, based on your background in this mode, are the skills that are trained. So, like, if you make a pump operators guild, all of the skills relating to pump operation are trained in that location. When Dwarf Fortress came out, you had legendaries dwarves visit your fort and teach stuff. I've seen that happen, but it's like very, very, very world dependent. Like I won't see it for months on end and then realize I'm still playing in the same world, generate a new world, and then I see it happening again. Like a lot of that stuff is very world dependent. Tactics come from, no, I'm talking about tactics. You asked about tacticians specifically, which is what I answered your question for. Dwarves gain tactician by raiding other sites, right? The leader of that group gains tactic skills from raiding other sites. You asked about a very specific skill, and I told you how to train it. And then you're like, do you mean this other skill? No. You asked about a specific skill, so I'm giving you a specific skill. Agamemnon, thank you very much for the raider party of 3. Chat, can I get a round of beers for the raiders? Please don't drown them. But yes, I was answering your question about that skill. But if you want ambushing or like other combat-related skills, like Rangers Guild is your go-to. They'll also train like archery without you having to, and observation and things. Although I think all of them train observation. But yeah, if you wanted to like have basically only metal artifacts, the first thing you should make in a fort is a metalsmith's guild or a weaponsmith's guild. And then you'll basically only get weapon-based artifacts because everybody will spend all of their social time in there. You don't even need a tavern. You can get away with literally just like a dining room and a really nice guild hall. No, because tactician is trained by doing, right? Like there's a lot of skills in Dwarf Fortress that are trained by doing, right? It's like tracking. Tracking is trained by doing in adventure mode. Tracking is also trained in fort mode, but doesn't do anything in fort mode. Tactician is trained by doing, right? There is no way for them to teach tactics because, one, that would be ludicrously overpowered. First off, the whole point of like having a dwarf with really high tactics is to attack other things. That's the only purpose it serves in fort mode. So if you could just like max out all your dwarves' tactics before you attack things, you'd be ridiculously overpowered. So if you want to train tactics, find a location that has no soldiers in it or a very low population and just attack it repeatedly. Just attack it repeatedly. Just attack it repeatedly and repeatedly and repeatedly. And don't do like the attempt to raise option, just do the raid option. And the game will train up the leader, the head dwarf, the guy in charge's tactics specifically. And once you have higher level tactics, then you can attack bigger structures and do it successfully more often. But yeah, no, it's literally so that you value your captains. Because your head soldiers are your most important, right? Chad, I think you drowned them. I hope your stream was good. Arga. You know, sometimes I wish chat would just like go look at the wiki instead of asking me the question and then being like sad, because it's like, cool, I'm just making people sad all the time. Really kind of impacts my motivation to exist sometimes. Happy Wednesday, sad Wednesday. I've just been told everybody's sad 5 times today. Big sad. But I do have a big cup of coffee, so it's okay. It'll get better as the coffee gets empty. But then it'll be sad when the coffee's empty. Hope you're doing well, Frag. I'm making you happy. Yay! Slightly less sad. Okay. I'm not actually sad, don't worry. Okay, so we are Zang. He has a very deep voice, a very long beard, which is braided, and his very short sideburns that are neatly combed. His slightly sunken bronze eyes are narrow. Stay occupied, be creative. Oh, great. Acquire object, good. Admire art, good. So, you know what, chat? Because you guys always want a weird animal person, you big weirdos, I'm going to give us an animal person companion. How's that sound? What you crocheting, Kestrel? What you making? A Python man? But then all I would be able to do with him is crash my computer, because that's all I know what to do in Python. Just make a thing that counts numbers infinitely until computer crash. You can't make dog people because they're tame animals. Tame animals don't have, most of the default tame animals don't have animal variety or variants, so that you don't have like the goofy and pet dog situation. Like literally that was their mindset behind it. Personally is utterly disgusted by guile and cunning, respects the development of his skill, values good craftsmanship, and dreams of raising a family. He cleaves an austere lifestyle, disdaining even minor immodesties in appearance, and always acts with mercy and compassion at the forefront of his considerations. Is a perfectionist and tries to keep his things orderly. He tends to avoid crowds, and he tends to consider what others think of him, and he is brave in the face of imminent danger. Oh, that's good. Often feels envious of others. That's also good. And has a greedy streak. Well, that checks out. And he dreams of seeing the great... and he's troubled by this since he dislikes the natural world. He dreams of raising a family. Let's see if I can dream my goal. A great work of art, raising family, but then why not acquiring wealth or something? Fine, we'll roll with it. You're crocheting a toque. You spelled toque correctly. I love you. I don't really want a hammer. Just take a bronze short sword. We'll do that. And I'm gonna take leather helm. Skunk leather helm, because I saw a skunk the other day. Let's say leather high boot. Shoe and shoe. Don't need those. I also don't need those gauntlets or those gloves. Let's just take 2 copper gauntlets. Doesn't need to be fancy. And let's say greaves. Don't need those trousers. There we go. Cheetah leather leggings, naturally. Got a DF burnout after adventure mode got out, you have to admit. You know, I'm not gonna lie. My view counts say the exact same thing. You're not the only one, I think. Which, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing, to be honest. Let's say breastplate. Let's go proper male shirt. I mean, my YouTube stats quartered what they were 2 weeks before Adventure Mode came out, within 3 weeks of Adventure Mode coming out. So, yep, no, it's very much the exact same situation for a lot of people, I think. Which means either people were playing way too much, or the mode released in a state in a hyped level that it shouldn't have been. Which means I probably fucked up and just shouldn't have promoted Adventure Mode at all, but like, I don't know. And also, messaging was bad. So, what else do I need? I don't need that leather dress. Let's take a robe, though. I feel like you'd have to kill a lot of rabbits to make a rabbit. Seems like there's also wolf of OLEDs. Just I am taking a lion leather robe because that's way too cool. All right, so we got a robe. We've got stuff. I've got leggings. I've got shoes. I got gauntlets. I need a shield. I don't really want this discussion to happen again, Ranger Rick. I'll take a bronze shield. And then let's just take coins. And not take... Oh, I spelled coins wrong. I guess we can't take coins. Fine. Then in that case, I will bring rings. Chat, can I get a round of beers, please? Let's say... something a little bit more expensive. Like, let's say 2 moonstone rings. I think anything's 5 points. And jade crowns seem expensive. Guess there's nothing for 5 points. Could get rid of a sock. Seems suboptimal. Yeah, we'll just leave the 5 points. That's fine. All right, chat. Party member. What am I adding? It has to be overwhelming, and you guys have to agree, or I'm not doing it. It has to be overwhelming. It's not overwhelming yet. I'm very much questioning chat room's dedication to me bringing a companion. It has to be overwhelming. You guys have to agree. I realize there's like 200 options. Well, if you're not dedicated, then don't say it. Or I just won't bring anything. Starting to see some Ratman. I mean, that's kind of what I want to do, to be honest with you, Kanor. Saying elf, so it's even more options. The thing is, most of the animal peoples have elven alignment, so you could just, like, make them an elf. The problem with that, though, is then that person starts off with elven gear, which means they only get wooden stuff. You're a fence rider. Well, let's see. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm seeing a lot of Ratman. All right, I guess we're going with the Ratman. Well, it's going to be an elven Ratman. Does any... Well, actually, hold on. Can I make it a non-elven Ratman? Yay, I can make it a non-elven Ratman. Phew! Although, I gotta say that the elven faction is called the Friendly Skirts. That's funny. Well, I could make the Ratman, like, human-aligned, which wouldn't actually be that incorrect. The Excavated Empire checks out for a rat, too. Chat, since you guys picked the rat, what am I naming the rat? Do they have a word for rat? Rat. Is there a word for jam? Damn it! Rat dance. That's close enough. Shake the rat. Very important. Rat jelly? Rat, the ratty rat? Why, I have a question. Why do you guys all want it to be named Splinter? What lore is this from that I'm missing the reference to? Just curious, mostly. TMNT? Oh, okay. So, true story. I've never seen a single Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles movie. I've never seen a single Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles cartoon. I've never seen a toy for Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles in person. And I've never read any of the comics. I have absolutely no knowledge of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles whatsoever. You want to know why? I didn't grow up with TV. I had no Saturday morning cartoons. So, it's not a reference I have. But you clearly know what this is. So thus, not same, Antronarch. It's mid, but Ratman Sensei is neat. He's gonna just die. You realize this, right? That means you're a He-Man fan? No. No, not at all. He-Man I have actually read a comic once. Name the rat Skeletor. See, now that is a reference I understand, but because of memes. Not actually because of, like, other related things. No, see, as a kid, this might don't worry, this might shock you. I wasn't watching TV. Or cartoons. I was playing video games. I know this might shock you, but when a lot of kids my age were just, like, talking about these TV shows, I was like, but does, like, anybody play Age of Wonders? And they're like, Age of what now? So, you know. So you've read a He-Man comic. Yeah, when I was, like, 10. Like, 20 years ago. But I'll say this. I know this one. He-Man. That's every single character, right? So weird with video games. You were so weird with video games when you were young? I don't know. Okay, so for chat did really want me to name the Ratman Splinter. So you know what? I'll do you guys a solid. Splinter. Because he's a doctor. He's not actually. Man, I should make him a doctor named Splinter because he splints. That's just a really silly idea. Grey Kiss. What? Chewed Leaped. Blaze Urns. Rare Escort. Sorry, Roar Escorts. My bad. It's the Lion Man brothel. Make him proficient in martial arts. I mean, I can. I don't know how... Leafy Gifts? Dookie. Where is Leafy Gifts? I'm not even seeing it on the icon. It's not giving me a little highlight icon. It's just putting them in the middle. Human Hamlet. Human Forest Retreat. Human Town. Human... let's say he's from a town. He's from Crown Twinkled. No wrestling or fighter, just Dodger? You really want my, like, characters to be useless, don't you? Like, yeah, it's good in adventure mode to specialize, but you kind of want a couple skills to make sure that, you know, your hits land. Like, if it's just Dodger, yeah, they won't take damage for a while, but they're not going to do much of value for you. So, like, I don't know. I mean, I can do it. But, like, my main character is, like, a trader, right? So if I only put skills into dodging, well, that would be really funny. I'm not going to be hitting much because I have no combat skills. Neither does my companion. And chat gets sad every time I try to beat up a capybara. So, like... My error was to listen to chat in the first place. I'm just amused by chat more than anything. Chat, scream about what skills you want and I won't listen. It's fine. What can I give you? I'm gonna give him Ranger so that he has, well, Hunter actually. He has some combat skills from default. I'm thinking...
Cheese for everyone!
I wasn't thinking that, but thanks for reminding me. Chat just really likes looking at character creation and really doesn't like actual gameplay. That's just what I'm learning, is like, chat thinks they want to see streamer die a lot, but in reality, they actually just really like the character creation process. And when I'm actually in game, they're like, boring, die, please, so you can make a new character. Chat creation equals gameplay. Yeah, sure, okay, fair enough. Fair enough, Udraken. You make a valid point here. All right, so how do I appease chat while also making something that doesn't suck? Okay, so high agility, right? Yeah. high endurance, above average strength. And, well, actually, sorry, let's just go above average endurance and go kinesthetic. Maybe spatial sense. Doesn't need any musical skills, that's fine. Doesn't need any creativity, that's fine. Ah, yes, the most useful skill, cheesemaker. Imagine a cheesemaker rat. I don't have to. It's like every single cartoon that ever existed with a rat-based character. Okay, so we get some bonus points in dodging because we're a hunter. Ugum skilled dodger. Dodger? Adequate wrestler. Adequate striker. Competent fighter. Novice miscellaneous object user. And the rest of the points into fighter. His hair is brown. His skin is burnt umber. His eyes are black. A person with the head and tail of a rat. He personally believes that friendship is the key to the ideal life, deeply respects eloquent speakers, doesn't see the attainment of knowledge as important, and dreams of crafting... Well, okay, let's just change that. Can I? Okay, so I can't make you... Okay, fine. He can get caught up in internal deliberations when action is necessary. Doesn't mind wearing something special now and again. Is assertive, is friendly, and finds himself to be quite hopeful about the future. Is a friendly individual and has a tendency to go it alone without considering the advice of others. He is a bit stubborn and changing his mind about things. All right, I'm just going to accept equipment real quick because I need a mount. I'm not bringing an elephant because this character needs some gear. But what are my other options? Chat, yak or horse? And obviously, these are two friends, and they both have a like of cheese. We'll bring a yak cow, and we're gonna call the yak's last name Cheese. Cheese. I want to say. No, can't say builder. Cheese droplet. I want to say cheese dropper. Nope. Source. Nope. Can't. There's no source there. Could I make? No. Cheese eater would be the rat. Come on. Let's cheese. Cheese river is pretty good. Cheese drowns? Cheese drown. Master. Cheese master. There you go. Sino cheese master. There you go. Cheesemonger's pretty good. All right, let's go back to equipment. How many points do I have left? 154. Okay, so you got a flail. I kind of love that. Chat, do you approve of the rat martial artist with the copper flail? How about we have a rat martial artist that dual wields copper flails? Or just flails in general. Like silver flail. It's just two flails. I can't afford two silver flails. So instead, I will take two bronze flails for the price of one silver flail. This character's gonna die so fast. Let's say helm. Let's say copper helm. Let's say there's an ad break, so I'll just grab gear. Copper greaves. Let's say breastplate. And now I gotta go in and remove some clothing. They don't need this carving knife. Live by the meme, die by the meme. Sure. Let's say gauntlet. Get rid of those 2 gloves. 2 copper gauntlets. We'll get rid of the shoes. I'll say high boot. Say... I was hoping there was one for 20, but... Yes, copper it is. Let's do 1 copper and 1 bronze high boot. Now, the thing is, the actual reality of this person's a crossbowman. So, we are giving a crossbowman 2 flails. Just saying. But, you know, diabolical? I mean, how so? I can't say coins. All right, well. I'm trying to see what else I can do. I'm going to increase the quality of one of my socks slightly. And bring 2 more bat rays. All right. I mean, he doesn't have a crossbow. That's the thing. We're starting a crossbow character off with 2 flails and no crossbow stuff. So he's not going to hit things with a crossbow in melee. No. Well, 1 slightly gooder sock. Yeah, we'll find one in the world. I'm not too worried about that. So we've got Sinnoh Cheese Master. We've got Splinter Rat Dance. And our dwarf, who I forgot the name of, who's Zaneg Crafts Planes. Let's rename the dwarf to Zaneg Trade. Damn it. I can't say things. Trade Thief. I'm presuming the inevitable, okay? And sure, our name is fine. Unless you guys want to be a jurist. Yeah, it's acquire cheese, fat lizard. You're getting invaded by a flaming beast. How do you order your dwarves to get somewhere safe? Tell them to go into a burrow, and then lock the door. And then fire crossbows. Oh, also, yeah. I mean, acquire cheese, but also acquire crossbow. Anyway, to adventure. So we can start in this human town where the rat person's from, or we can start in this dwarven location slightly south. I think we start in the dwarven location slightly south. Crafting is very basic in adventure mode. That's the thing that you need to remember. But yes, it is a thing. All right. We have begunses. I'm just going to do a real quick savesies. Oh yeah, there's dungeons. There's also, like, some pretty maze-like things. Although, the labyrinths are pretty okay-ish. There's also, like, literal prisons and whatnot. You just want butchering added? I'm kind of surprised that the first feature that they add is something that kind of sort of just makes adventure mode a little bit harder. So I have a question. Oh, I've got... Wait, what? Strap your... Oh, are bismuth bronze swords bugged still? Where I can't see them on my person? I guess so. Let's place my chinchilla meat on the yak. Let's swap player characters. And place the bat ray on the yak. Let's place the coins on the yak. And let's place the extra water skin on the yak, because I'm going to be playing the dwarf. The carnivorous animal people are starving because good riddance, and they're too dumb to realize that vegetables are good for you. All right, what do we have? Bunch of abandoned hillixes. Man, these dwarves have seen better days. All right, let's leave. Oh, I really don't care about if it's solved by a mod or not. Really doesn't matter to me. Also, heck, elves. Okay. Sorry for your loss of great trade partners. I'm not entirely sure what this location is here. Fortunately, I do have water. Purple amaranth leaves. Kinda half looking for edible plants, but not seeing any berries. Blueberry bushes, but no blueberries. Yeah, it's the wrong time of year. You're looking forward to when they add more crafting? I'm looking forward to when they add more. I just want the base stuff back in. Well, not base building, but like just the basic stuff. Let's drink some water. Oh, did I put all my food away? Come back here, you stupid yak. Okay. I'm sure they know that. Duck ponders. Also, you have to visit. You have to vet it. I mean, I'm not sure what you're talking about, to be honest with you. Did I not just grab that off of you? I'm kind of confused. Remove? Can I not? Put it in my right hand. Now I can eat it? What the heck? It's like I don't think I dropped it. Anyway. Okay, now it's there. It's weird. What you have to do to mod Dwarf Fortress is generate a new world. You can't shove a mod into a world once a world has been generated. I think that might be what our friend here is trying to say. But I'm not entirely sure, to be honest with you. But yeah, modding Dwarf Fortress itself is really simple. The process of making a mod is really simple. The variety of mods that are makeable are not generally what would satisfy people. But the actual process of making a mod is easy enough that I can do it. I'm just going to try and steal stuff from this camp. Oh, it's a goblin camp. Goblin Warlord, eh? It's got an iron warhammer and an iron shield. It's a masterful iron shield created by an unknown artisan. It is decorated with beak dog bone, and this object is adorned with hanging rings of graphite. On the item is an image of a sandal in schist. I would like both your hammer and your shield. I'm gonna walk around you, though. Just see. Well, you seem to be kind of all alone. Well, the warlord's shouting, identify yourself. And now they're saying I must withdraw. And there's fights happening, apparently. Am I running? No. Well, they did run away. Her first opponent. Why would you have large clothing? Must be stealing stuff from humans. Well, I can take all these coins. Wow. This warlord... All right, well, I'm not going to take everything. I'm just going to take 1,000 coins. Thank you much for starting and investing in my brand new trade organization. All right, warlord, you want to come back and get your stuff, man? No? Ooh, a large yellow zircon. A dolomite par. I don't know what a par is, but I'll keep it on par. And I will also get this large zircon. Anything else I should take? I could take a little pouch. I could take a calf. Are there better swords in here? The best part is he just literally ran away. Like, kind of looking for weapons, mostly. Mako shark leather headscarf. Jesus. Might come back. I mean, he might. Take this gem as well. I mean, I think he's alone here because I haven't seen any companions. So if he is in fact alone here, and just suddenly a dwarf and a very talented ratman with 2 nunchucks shows up, I mean, I might run too. Try and get help or something, you know? Must like that one instrument. Pars. Well, I found a finger lime trading sword. Ooh. I can take the iron longsword. I'm just gonna drop my bismuth bronze sword. Move. Let's see if I can equip this. There we go. We've upgraded. His gear is really good, so be careful. Oh, no, I'm aware. Which is kind of why I didn't fight with him, because I was like, I want your shield, but... Also, I don't really want to die to said shield. Persimmon wood training sword. I'm also going to actually grab these arrows. And I'm going to put these arrows onto you. I'm going to put this gem that I picked up onto you. I'm going to put this other gem that I picked up onto you. I'm going to put this par onto you. And actually, can I put that meat into my bag? I don't know where it is. Okay. I do have 250 coins, I think. Unless they're coins from the year 250. It's one of the two. Never mind. I have a singular coin. You mean five-fingered death punch? Is that what this is a reference to? Moldy? I'm not seeing any tracks either. What are they talking about? Splinter says, a creature of the night has our people cowering in fear. Shady Died is in the Great Swamp. Seek this place if you hunt Anya Twilight Tomb, the Gloom Monster. Seems like a good way to die. Ooh. I found red spinach. Pretty sure these are eatable. Yeah, these are eatable. Okay, well, I'm gonna put those spinach leaves on the back of my... On the back of my bull. My cow. Yeah, unfortunately, Shady died. All right, well, what do you think? Should we run away? Or should we see if we can kill this warlord? Oh, it absolutely sounds like a euphemism for theft. I like how Vuckrock's just like, his gear's really good, so be careful. Followed by warlord, all caps. I maintain, chat just likes to see me die. All right, let's head. Aw, the lion leather robe really makes the outfit. Oh, that's so kind of you. I'm gonna accept the compliment. Nobody is free, and it is pointless to act if you are. is what they respond. So I say kind words, and they're just like, communism! And I'm like, should I agree? What do you think, chat? Chat, you guys are the Ratmen. Do I agree? Do I agree with the Ratmen? Agree completely? I mean, it's not even my values. I don't believe in this. I could try and argue with them. But this would be changing my values. That would be that would be a huge change for my character's personality. Your companions, if they like you and don't like disagree with you, tend to just compliment you constantly and each other. What Ratman says is wisdom. Okay, I will change my values. I say, maybe you're right. And they say, I am doing fine. So they're happy about me agreeing with them. I'm going to ask them how they are feeling. I say, how are you feeling right now? And they say, everything is fine. Chat, did you know that everything is fine? I'm going to make a flattering remark. And they say, spare me the compliments. Well, fuck you too. I'm going to ask about any troubles. And they say something about this fiend of gloom. I'm going to ask for directions to Shady Died. And they say it's nearly a day's travel to the northeast, and we receive a detailed description. Well, we will die if we go there. I'm going to ask about a specific event where the summarize a situation in which in which an osprey attacked Uspu, whoever that is, in which Snowdub attacked Splinter, Rat Dance. What? Did that happen? Your refusal to identify identify to the monstrous banners. I said I refuse to give a name to the monstrous banners, which I guess is the name of this group. And Splinter says, you refuse to name yourself to the monstrous banners. I don't care one way or another. Well, that's good. I will change the subject. And then now that we know that the monstrous banners is probably that group, I'm going to return to a different topic. Oh, no. I'm going to ask about somebody. Don't seem to be able to ask about the monstrous banners. I will ask about myself. They say that I am your comrade. This rat's a commie, chat. You are my comrade, and you are also something of a flatterer. Apparently, we are kindred spirits. Comrade, there you go. Let's comment on the weather and say the weather looks fine today. It is cold. I'm going to state my values. I'm going to state my value of the nuances of power. The struggle for power must be balanced by other considerations. And Splinter says, ignoring that, I don't quite concur. I am so nearly swayed by your greatness alone that we simply assign you the victory. Well, they flatter me and ask for the argument to stop, so I will agree to drop the argument. Our friendship shall remain, I say. And then they respond with, when all bonds wither, friendship will remain. So apparently I don't care about friendship, but our rat friend here does. I could respond passively. I could flatter the listener, which is what they did. Chad just wants me to acquiesce every time. Agree completely. What do you think, chat? What's our response? Do we agree with them? Meanwhile, there's just a warlord in the area. Probably trying to kill me. Probably plotting my death. Stealthing up towards me. So according to Tarn, I asked if the town changes require a new world, and Tarn says leaving the zone and re-entering the zone without actually generating a new world should make tables appear. So we now have tables warping into existence. But he says that there might, Alexandra passed on that he says that there might be a little strangeness due to how tracks generated items. Or how it tracks generated items. Okay. That was the cheese we made along the way. Yes. So I guess we'll play this adventure until it's done, and then that's good. It means that we can go back to old worlds. I'm just gonna agree. And also then he compliments me. I see. You know, I think you're right. I'm going to accept the compliment by saying thank you for the kind words, and I'm going to say goodbye, and let's go see if we can find this Gorbelin. I do not currently see... Agree with your Ratman Overlord. Our communist Ratman Overlord. Splinter is yelling about that creature of gloom again. Oh. Frail goblin crossbowman, eh? Is alarmed when a stranger advanced with a weapon. I am alarmed by the look on your face. Start a conversation with them. I'm going to express my emotions, my satisfaction upon realizing the worthlessness of independence. I state my minor feeling of interest after realizing the worthlessness of independence. And the frail goblin responds with, Snowdub wants Abbey Fragrance, the persuasive charity, the iron spear returned to vised cruelty. Last time I heard it was held by Dostin Gop channel ruthlessness. No, I'm not talking with the rat anymore. I'm talking with Goblin. And, okay, but like, okay, so it was held by Dostin Gop, is who's holding it. They say that Rhythmic Point is in the Hill of Flashing Search first, and Risked Shadows, the unseen failure, the catacombs there. Want me to go look in catacombs? That was a good attempt to change the subject from killing him. I mean, what should I do? Just accuse him of being a night creature? I'm going to inquire about the listener's profession. They say, I'm a soldier of the warlord Snowdub. Rampart hated. Can you lead me to battle and a warrior's death? Should I... Join me, nerd! No, I don't... I should ask them to join me as an entertainer. A demonstration of your skill might convince me. All right. I'll take it. What hand are you holding your crossbow in? No, I wanted to do this. It's in your left hand? Okay. Attack the frail goblin. Oh, that was the wrong button. I hear a loud bark. Uh-oh. But the frail goblin crossbowman in the right lower arm with your right hand, bruising... Why did I punch him? I guess that was the attack of opportunity. Gun fear. I was trying to step up a hill. Didn't work. Let's attack you. Also going to turn on the tactical mode. So that I can control both characters. Ooh, I can get an attack of opportunity on his right ear. That's not very effective. How about on the second finger of your hand? Let's go for a scratch. I dodge out of the way. We're going to keep fighting with you. Apparently we're brawling. We're in trouble. Why? Because there's dogs coming? I mean, we're going to need to run, but that doesn't necessarily mean that we're in trouble, but you're probably correct. All right. Short Goblin Lasher, huh? Just has an iron whip. Wait, how come? Let's strike you. Let's go for a... Ooh. Thumb on the left hand. I can scratch it. And then... Dwarf. Okay, what do we have down here? Fifth toe, left foot. Sure. Stab. Okay, so I missed him. Splinter scratched successfully in the thumb from behind, tearing the muscle through the swan leather glove. The force bent the hand. No question. Swap hands. Nope, still in your left hand. All right, so let's, apparently I can go for lethal. Apparently. Let's go for right upper arm. And just go for a stab, strike. Let's, with the Ratman. How much trouble do you think we're in, Bone Doll? Yes, penultimate. You absolutely can just go around telling everybody that they might be a vampire. It's especially funny when you find somebody who actually is a vampire. Actually, are your weapons out? Oh. Take out the bronze flail. Okay, apparently I didn't even have my weapons equipped, so that's not good. All right, Rat, what can we do? I can go for the left lower arm. It'll be fine. Uh-huh. I find your massive amounts of confidence. Although this guy doesn't know that we're fighting, actually. So that's kind of funny. I'm going to move you. And go for a strike. And I will slash. And I missed. You forgot that murder is okay for goblins? It is true. Murder is fine in goblin society. And if this is culturally a goblin, which I assume it is, they shouldn't care about this. We're going to go for a bash. And our dwarf is going to go for a stab to the head. And we both missed. I have a part in this. I will have my revenge. I'm going to tell our Ratman to put our weapons away. And I'm going to wrestle. I'm going to grab with my right hand. I'm going to grab his... Ooh, can I grab his crossbow? I'm going to grab his iron crossbow with my right hand. And the dwarf is going to strike his right... Well, do I have any attacks of opportunity? Probably not. Some... Could hit some toes or something, but I'm going to go for the lower arm, and I'm just going to try and stab it. Eternia is gifting 5 memberships over in the YouTube chat. So if you're watching on YouTube, double check. You may have just gotten gifted a membership. And YouTube chat. Outpacing Twitch chat. That's kind of crazy. Thank you, YouTube chat. And also thanks to the almost 100 of you that are watching right now. YouTube must have heard that there was an update. And it's informing people with the algorithms. Hey, Twitch chat. Can we get a round of beers? Just as a thank you. Thanks, YouTube. I'm going to go for a slash. Splinter attacks the frail goblin, but he jumps away. And my dwarf... Wait, did I just... Okay. I'm going to go for the lethal hit on the goblin crosswoman, potentially. I could just bite him. Let's just grab his left upper arm. I'm also going to add. You know, because I'm in an ad, I'm gonna go take a piss.
lovely fruit, the tomato. Remove everything that's good from it, the seeds, the vitamins, the nutrients, everything.
Cheese for everyone!
And put it in a shit bottle that sounds like shit when you put it on your shit. It's shit! Stop eating ketchup!
Hero Quest is the best game ever made, and anyone who says otherwise is wrong.
I should really take this guy's arrows if I kill him, and then use that as projectiles for throwing. Because arrows and bolts, pretty good thrown projectiles. I think left lower arm. I could try and hold hands. Be all cute and stuff. Bet you could probably throw them by their hand pretty effectively. Also, Twitch chat and YouTube chat. I have a massive favor to ask from you guys. I know I pest you guys to, like, you know, like the YouTube stream all the time. But over on the YouTubes, I uploaded a VOD this morning, which is a, well, first impressions basically of the game Cryptmaster. The game is hysterical. It's a little dungeon crawler. If you guys could do me a huge favor and go leave a like on the video and maybe a comment on the video too. And if you happen to have the bandwidth, just let it run in the background. Help the internet's, you know, be told that that video exists. It's a dungeon crawler, which has some typing / edutainment elements to it. It's very fun. Very fun. Well, probably if I have time, stream a little bit more of it tonight because it was a doozy, to put it simply. All right. Is water skins and flasks with frozen water. I can't wait to kill somebody by throwing a health potion at them. I think my favorite thrown item is probably bolts, actually. Crossbow bolts. Because then they get stuck in them and then you can pick them back up after the fact, which is very helpful. All right, so let's grab this goblin by the left lower arm with the rat, and Dwarf is going to move down here. Well, I should have checked what direction it was running. I cannot wait until we have directional indicators again. You know, I'm going to try and bite him. You bite the frail goblin crossbowman in the left lower arm from behind, tearing the muscle. And I can wrestle with my teeth now. I'm going to shake him around by the left lower arm with my teeth. And he breaks the grip. Well, that's unfortunate. Move the dwarf up. Let's go for another bite. Bite him again. I latched on firmly. I'm gonna wrestle. I'm going to try and grab his left lower arm with my hand. There we go. Why bully poor gob? Because what else am I gonna do in video game? Murder is legal in Goblin Society. We're just simply pretending to be members of Goblin Society. I'm going to wrestle using my left hand. I can do a takedown. I could pinch. I could lock the elbow. Let's lock his elbow. And a flying iron bolt strikes you in the lower body, tearing the muscle and tearing the guts. Well, I mean, frail goblin crossbowman breaks the grip of my teeth. Okay. I'm going to perform a takedown, and Dwarf, we are going to... I'm gonna throw a coin at him. Spinning coin strikes the frail goblin in the left upper leg, jamming the bone through the hip, through the hip's muscle and chipping the hip's bone. The goblin falls over and Splinter vomits. How's Splinter doing? Just nauseous? Okay, so Splinter, probably gonna be okay, is in slight pain. like, has some cuts. But, like, wait, what's broken? His guts is broken. I mean, that's fine. It's fine. Oh, you guys told me to take a bunch of throwing skills, so I did. Hold on. I'm gonna get some vomit, and I'm going to, oh, really? I can't throw the vomit? That's a shame. Where's the vomit in my inventory? It's not. Oh, I see him on the Ratman now. Ah, there we go. It's in my hand, of course. I'm gonna throw the vomit at the goblin. The spinning vomit strikes the frail goblin crosswoman in the hand, bruising the bone through the large swan leather right glove. Chat room, I have a question. The fuck is Splinter eating? I get it, he's a rat. But like, I just did. I had the wrong character selected. Not only that, but like it did damage. Okay, well let's pull out my flails again. And go for a bash. And I missed. Okay, can I bash him again? Possible strike. It's very square though. Let's just go for the tricky strike. I missed again. Meanwhile, Dwarf here. I can get a tricky strike that can only graze, but it's an attack of opportunity with a slash. So the rat, who's still puking, is gonna bash the arm. Ah, there we go. This is excellent. Goblin no longer holding thing. Maybe try throwing up the vomit. Ew. Why would I puke though? The frail goblin crosswoman loses hold of the large swan leather glove. The frail crosswoman loses hold of the iron crossbow. Excellent. The dwarf slashes the goblin in the left hand from behind with a long short sword. With an iron long sword, not short sword. And the severed part sails off in an arc. The goblin crosswoman bites Zang in the neck. What? Ow. Yeah, that seems about right. Shake me around by the throat. A bash. Although it's recovering from attacking me, but we'll see. I might just dodge, actually. Wait, what?
No banner flags, just resubbed
Okay,
for 6 months.
Can't
Thanks
dodge.
for all the great streams. Been
Can I
really
jump?
enjoying them and the
Can't
vibe.
jump. No attacks of opportunity. I'm gonna go for a lower body stab. I broke the grip. We're good. Or what you should say, Vukruk, is will attempt to shake the throat. It clearly didn't shake the throat, but it was attempting to. Yeah, my dwarf's fine. I mean, his neck is bruised, but it's fine. Chat room, can I get a round of beers for No Banner Flags, who's keeping that subscription alive for a 6th month? Paul, come back. Been really enjoying the VODs. Happy to help. Apparently I'm a dad. My dwarf has a dabbling dodge. Piccolo would not be impressed. It is attacking me. I think I'm actually just going to... Oh, sorry, that's a block, not a dodge. Let's go northeast. We're going to dodge. And Ratty is going to go for a lower body bash, which we missed. The frail goblin scratches Zang in the right foot through the large cheetah leather high boot. Who knew? A cheetah leather high boot, not the best weapon. We're going to start charging towards him with the rat. And the dwarf can get a good... we're going to just go for a slash on the arm. You attack it, but it rolls away. It's still bleeding heavy. I mean, it did lose a hand, right? I mean, his left hand is gone. We should go for his right hand is what we should actually do. Covering from attacking me. How about a leg? A leg might not be bad. No attacks of opportunity. Let's go... Okay, I can only graze his hand. How about his arm? Can't quite connect. Okay, we'll go for the leg. Go for a slash. You slash the frail goblin crossman in the left upper leg with your iron longsword, bruising the muscle. Bebin Swords, thank you very much for converting that prime to a tier 1. That means a lot, dude. It really does. I'm gonna try blocking him. My bronze shield. I blocked it. That's good. I mean, he doesn't really have much in the way of attacks. He basically can just bite us. I can go for an upper body stab, I guess. Actually, I'm curious. Is my coin equipped on you? No, it isn't. Then where's my coin? Okay. I need to dodge northwest. I need to grab my coin. Rat, you strike. Please stop puking. You're really throwing off my groove here, Ratty. Wait, actually, who's it attacking? Attacking the dwarf? I'm gonna try and grab his lower body with my flail. Frail Goblin says, I've improved my dodging. That was satisfying. I missed the Frail Goblin. Frail Goblin bites the Zang in the upper body. God dang it. God damn it. Quit biting my dwarf. Please. I'm going to slash him in the lower body. And Ratty over here is going to kick him. I'm retching. Frail's biting me in the foot now. Chat room, come on. Can we get a couple more beers for that subscription conversion? What's up, Queso? The vomit rat is a metaphor of the word vomiting chat. You know, I don't disagree, but I really hope that that's like not a guaranteed death because Gut's broken. Let's see. I can now throw the coin directly at the goblin. The spinning coin strikes the goblin crosswoman in the upper leg, chipping the bone through the swan trousers. And Ratty, I'm just going to bump attack because I don't really know what to do with you. I missed. Attack again. Goblin bites the rat in the leg, but the attack was deflected by the copper greaves, which are now breaking. I jump back over the dwarf. Go for some toes. Try to pummel him in the toe. Rat's just going to quick attack. Then move. Dwarf's going to move down. Get the coin. And I'm going to throw the coin. I take some hits. But it does hit him in the nose, which tears the cartilage. I tried to move back, but had to move out of the way. I'm going to try to jump onto there. And, Rat, you're going to move down this way. Dwarf is in midair. Takes a hit. Takes a couple hits, actually. Ooh, that was bad. How are we doing up here? You're bleeding? I'm going to get his hand. We're going to give him his hand back. In before I die. Okay, no, we're good. We're good. Just bruised. Just bruised. Okay, so Rat is going to go for a lower body bash. Dwarf is going to throw his hand, well, the goblin's hand, at the goblin. The spinning left hand strikes the goblin crossbowman in the left upper leg, and it bruised him. Good. I can grab the vomit off the ground again. I can also throw his blood at him. Don't have anything else I can throw right now, so let's just try the normal people fighting. Let's hit him in the right upper leg. I'm going to slash it. And Rat, you're going to check for attacks of opportunity, which I have done. We are going to go for the right upper arm, and I'm going to bonk it. Yeah, but you have to grab the nose successfully. Hey, chat, you have to let Ratty know that his fur is looking great to get today. I keep calling him Ratty, but chat did name him Splinter, so. Try and grab him with my upper arm. Let's try and grab his head. I did that successfully. We're going to... Ooh, I finally have an attack of opportunity on his eye if I punch him. You know what? Okay. And then... Can I... Did I... I don't think I have grabbed him yet. Oh, no, I did. Okay, so I grabbed him, and I can wrestle with my arm. All I can do is release my grip. So let's try and grab his head with my flail. You grab the flail grab. Okay, so I wrap my flail around him, basically. Ice the Black Cat, thanks for the raid. Welcome, raiders. Please don't drown them, chat. I know fall damage has been fixed or weapons have been extended from floor traps. Anyone know if fall damage is fixed? What's broken about fall damage? I have no idea what's broken about fall damage. Because, like, you're asking if it's been fixed. I've never heard of it even being broken. Well, I mean, okay, so fall damage is calculated based on the material that they land on and the density of the material that they land on. So if you want to make a fall damage pit, you really have to, like, put lead at the bottom of it. What's the best way to generate a world with a bunch of interesting animal men or goblins? Generate a bunch of worlds with a lot of elves. A lot of elves. A lot of elves, because that's where they come from, generally. Or humans. They can sometimes live underground in human cities. But luck, mostly. Or lots of forests. But, yeah, no, there's nothing broken about fall damage. You just need to research a bit of how the mechanics work. When fall and spear trap? Certainly. Because it was probably deflected by a weapon. And also, is the spear up? Because if we're talking, like, vertical spikes, they need to be raised. And they're not raised initially. So you have to put, like, what's the word? Like, a lever on it and pull the lever, raise it. Or alternatively, you have to, like, make sure, one, they actually land on it, and two, it doesn't get deflected. But, no, fall damage works just fine. To my knowledge, anyway, unless they broke it, which would be weird, and I've never heard of that, so... I'm always a bit dismissive if I've literally never heard of something before. It's like I've done it successfully recently. Well, not super recently, but in the last year. And nothing mechanically has changed. And I haven't heard anybody else complain about it. So when somebody pops in and says that something is broken, my assumption is almost always that they just don't understand what they need to do to make it work correctly. Which, in the case of fall damage, if you want something to actually take damage from fall damage, they literally need to be falling more than 10 layers, for one thing. And if you want to use a weapon trap, don't use a weapon trap. Use vertical spears, vertical spikes, and make sure that they're raised. All right. Zeng, okay, so Zeng had... The frail goblin is trying to wrestle. I'm playing the rat currently. I'm going to try and bonk him in the head. Now the dwarf, tricky strike with sword. Difficult strikes, but very square. No attacks of opportunity. I go for the head strike. I'm gonna try and... Oh wait, I don't have my weapon. Gain possession of my longsword. All right, that's better. Let's slash his arm. My phone is vibrating. I had to check that. I'm waiting on a delivery of a thing, so. Anyway, you slash the goblin crossbowman in the right upper arm with your iron longsword, and the severed part sails off in an arc. And the longer this fight goes on, the more Monty Python it feels. It's time to go for his legs, Chad. How do you think the goblin feels about this? Why should I ask him? I'm just going to go for the upper body and try and bonk him. I mean, he's probably just going to bleed out, is probably what Goblin thinks of this. He's afraid after experiencing trauma. So I'm going to try and walk away, and I'm going to try and walk away. The frail goblin misses me. I blocked him. See if I can speak with the goblin. I'm going to express my emotions of great fear after experiencing trauma. And the rat kills him. How fleeting life is. I must not succumb to fear. And Splinter, the frail goblin. Wait, what? I guess he bled out then, because Splinter just moved away, not attacking him. All right, well, let's turn tactical mode off. I would like these. Put those in my backpack. Well, there's blood and vomit on the ground. Start a conversation with the goblin. I'm gonna brag about my violent attacks. It is I that felled Cutsma but stirred alines. And ask why they're traveling. They say that they're going to their home in vised cruelty. Okay. Yeah, there you go. Upright spear. Because, like, if you make a weapon trap and then drop them on them, I'm pretty sure that weapon trap's not going to activate because they need to walk onto it. And if you're lying down, it doesn't trigger traps unless it's a cage trap. At least I don't think it does. But yeah, no, I would try and drop them further and also try and drop them on upright spear. Also, see you later, Tom, over in the YouTube chat. Thanks for the swinging by and appearing in the chat room. And also, thank you for helping me boost the, like, you know, it's really funny. People are always just like, streamer, make videos that are interesting about interesting games that I haven't heard of. And then I go, okay. And they're always like the worst performing videos. But, you know, we do it because we love it. What could I ask him about? I don't know. Ask about somebody. I don't know. Let's ask about the guy I just killed. This guy doesn't know him. Unless I spelled it wrong. I could ask about Splinter. I don't know Splinter Rat Dance. Well, you will. I'll ask about the surrounding area. Ask me when I've returned home. This guy doesn't like it here. I'm gonna accuse him of being a night creature. He says, calm yourself. How is Splinter doing? Still nauseous. Slight pain. I think we should go rest and give Splinter the opportunity to not die. There is a dead capybara over here, chat, so I'll have you know that I'm not a criminal here. I did not hurt the capybara. The goblins did. I'm going to wait for 1 hour because I needed my mount to come back. Oh yeah, that could absolutely work. Oh, I mean, that would just be a cage trap, right? But yeah, using cages can be a bit obtuse. Okay, so we're not tired. My mount is freaking out. Well, there was just combat happening. Wouldn't you be freaking out? I think freaking out is perfectly normal. After, like, you've just seen your glorious owner and caretaker and caregiver murdering something in cold blood on the side of the road. And I'll have you know, it certainly wasn't in cold blood. I did that for a very specific reason, okay? And the very specific reason was to acquire money so I can begin a trading career. First, I'm going to fill this with snow. Oopsies. Wow, my socks are, like, done after that fight. All right, I drank the water. Wait, what time of day is it? It's middle of the night. I'm going to rest until dawn. Hey, chat. Can I get a round of beers? Let's go see if I can pay for a night at a tavern. We are a dwarf, and we're following the road. Following the road. Following the road. I think it's all the way up top here. Wow, that's a big castle. This is the bigger one. Yeah, this is what we're looking for. What the heck? There's a bone carver's shop all the way the hell out here? That's kind of wild. Let's see what god they worship. Burr Lockums is an image of Burr Lockums, the human. Burr is screaming. The artwork relates to the moment when Abba cursed Burr, cursed the human vampire Burr to prowl the night in search of blood. Chat room. He wasn't the dancing queen. Imported food. I'm quite hungry. So, swords dwarf, an elf merchant, an elf herbalist, low cheek. Chat, do we speak with the elf merchant or the dwarf merchant? And also, I need to go get my coins. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna try and sell these gems. Also, I'm a little worried our Ratman friend is just gonna be vomiting forever. Because his guts were broken. Yeah, so his guts were broken, so he might just be permanently nauseous now. Permanently just puking Ratman. Unless I used or reinstall, reset up DFhack because I disabled it earlier. It was breaking things. Yeah, because the naked elf isn't a trader. We have to speak with one of the merchants. Made it so that they can walk back up and try again if they live. Well, there you go. Were you using like a pressure plate to open a drawbridge or something? Weed Lord over in YouTube chat just caught a giant cave spider. How do you make it shoot web silk without killing your dwarves? I don't remember if I have a video on how to do that. Basically, you want to put it into a cage if it's in a cage already. Then can build that cage and then build basically a line of walls and then fortifications in front of it and then doors on either side. Okay, set those doors to be, lock them, I guess. But before you lock them, connect a lever, or don't lock them. Just connect a lever to the cage. Build walls on either side of it so it's completely surrounded inside that area. Build a drawbridge in front of it that raises, and then chain up an animal in front of the drawbridge. Connect a different lever to the drawbridge, and then when you pull the lever, it drops the 1 tile wide drawbridge down, and then the animal that's chained up gets webs shot at it. That's how you do it. You'd rather take him to the vet? I mean, that is a very insulting generalization to a cultured rat. This is our kindred spirit, our best friend, our traveling companion, and you say that we should take him to a veterinarian? Well, that's genuinely depressing. All right, do we have any relations with anybody? No, nobody in the air. Okay, well, let's speak with this this dwarven merchant. I'm going to greet them and say, I'm Zeng, and they say, is there something to be happy about? I guess I have a positive attitude. I'm going to create or settle debts. And I do have 2 large gems in my inventory. Just put the 1 large rose-cut yellow zircon in my inventory. And I'm gonna, that's a lot. They've killed a lot of dingoes. Because dingo hearts can't be that big. It's a lot of emus too that they've killed. Merlin's spleen. No, there is no way to heal in adventure mode right now. Permanent injuries like that are permanent, Darky. Although you might have seen that. Math checks out. I'm not sure where the pig came from in the Ratman pig. That's cheating, Duck Ponders. But yes, cursed were creatures do regenerate, yes. But for our Ratman friend, there is no healing. But I'm trying to just state that there is no way for us to take him to a hospital or something. That was the question which I was trying to answer. And also, it's not cheating. Installing DF hack and typing full heal with him selected would be cheating. Cod meat? I'm buying some cod meat, chat. I traded some cod meat for a gem because I don't know the value of things. So I might be going crazy, but I don't know if there's a way for me to find out the value of things. I might just be going crazy, but yeah, looking at it doesn't tell me. Anyway, I'm gonna eat this cod meat and lick the ice. Oh, I'm well aware of what the reference is to, but not everything is all references for the sake of references, right? Sometimes I have to ask where the reference, was a logical thing to add in this discussion. I don't see it being a logical thing to add. There is no pig in our friend. They're not even, eating a lot. All right, well, let's move out. That's the guy who sells it, maybe? Yeah, maybe I'm missing a button. Although what we can do is we can go roll some dice. Try that. Jump over the Ratman. All right, Rat Boy. You walk down this way. We're going to go get the dice. Interact with the dice. I haven't even looked at what god it is. It's a hematite octahedral die. Can I not roll it? I guess I can't roll it. Oh. That's probably why. Nope. Still can't. Can Dwarf? Yep. Well, that's interesting. You have to have it in your hands specifically? Sure, but he would have put it in his hands, wouldn't he? I didn't actually read what the pickup said, but... Why can't I pull it out of my backpack? Oh. It's because I apparently have all of my gear in my hands. So yeah, I'm not wearing my gloves, I don't think. That or I have no ability to grasp. Okay, well, also, good news. I'm no longer vomiting. So that's good. Yeah, no, it's in my hands. Pull them out, strap it to my upper body. I mean, obviously not eater. See, strapped to my upper body, right? If I look at the dwarf, strap these to the upper body. Go into my inventory. Yeah, it's on my hands. Yeah, you can't roll it. They can't roll dice. If anybody's playing some random animal person, like a big weirdo, you should go see if you can roll dice. All right, well, Dwarf, you do it. I should just steal the dice and use it as a projectile weapon. I do need some new high boots, though. Eat not the fruits of your labor. So we roll the divinating according to the will of the practice of the doctrine of berries, and they say, eat not the fruits of your labor. Is this God telling me to not get high on my own supply? Why should Dwarf be cursed? I didn't get a negative response from that. I would have to roll it multiple times to get cursed. Unretiring card that doesn't, it's never caused chests to disappear in my ports ever. But if you want the TLDR for the new beta, click the link at the top of the stream and read it. That's the TLDR. Because it's very short. And you're already stating things that were notably fixed in there. Oh. Problematic Clock is the name of this gem cutter, okay. A wood weaponsmith's shop. That seems crappy. Curious what the general imports at. Nothing, okay. There's a weaponsmith's shop. I mean, they're not gonna have any armor that I can wear. Problematic Clock, yep. The Luxurious Brains. Sorry, that's a really good name for a tavern. It's a bone carver's shop. There's a bunch of leather workers, human macemen hanging around. I'm moving pretty slowly. I think I'm encumbered. Ah, it's probably these bolts. Let's get some of these arrows. Let's say 5 of the arrows. I'll put those in my backpack. There we go. Ooh. A lot of edible food in there. There's fisher berries. Soybean plants, pea plants. There's no pea fruit, though. Bone carver's shop. Why doesn't the game pause for cavern dwellers like it does for literally every other threat? Because you haven't enabled it in your settings. And you have to enable it in your settings if you want things to pause by default. A lot of things don't pause by default, which I personally really think should pause by default, but they don't. There's a market over here, and there's a dwarf over there having a panic attack. But the thing that you need to remember is that, like, in order for, like, those settings to work, you have to enable them. So if you, I don't think I can see them in this screen, but, oh no, you can. You go to announcements, and then scroll until you see ambush, it would be. There's both Elven Ambush and Cavern Dwellers Ambush. And that will, you can tell it to pause and teleport you to there. They're available, yeah, what Telenarthos said. So don't be mad at the game too late. Just ask if there's a way to fix your problem, because that's probably what you need. Ever since the Steam versions, it seems all of your dwarves are depressed and never finish anything, but since the Steam versions, the game has gotten easier. Sounds like you need to make your dwarves a tavern or something. Telenartho literally just posted it. It's literally like a line, like 5 lines of text. So I know everybody's asking for a TLDR, but it's pretty small and quick and concise. It's literally just trade and barter screen is added. Tables now exist in locations. Printed table shop items on tables, so items appear on tables, which can be stolen, obviously. Things don't sprint when you retire them. There's some new settings in the in the like options that are outside of the game. Adventurers are no longer unaware of their own name. I don't really know what that changes. I just think it's funny. Adventurers should no longer be sprinting or walking after being retired in a fort. Yep. They fixed a Linux crash, which I'm unaware of because I don't use Linux. And they made liquid and powders not spill out of containers on unretire. Boom. Done. So this is a marketplace. Got an imported goods market, imported clothing. Would like to find this imported clother. And the reason is I would like to see barrel likes. I would like to see if I can buy dwarven size clothing. Please come closer and ask me that again. Okay, fine. That's you. So you've just got random bracelets and amulets. Although, actually, I want to see something. Okay, so looking at it doesn't do anything. Could ask and offer currency. Yeah, I don't see like a check value button or anything. Show maybe? Nope, that doesn't do anything. I can give. I don't want to give it to him. Also, this one isn't telling me the value of these items, so it's more of a straight bartering, I guess. Why say offer currency? Okay, so offer how much? Got it. I would say that actually the biggest change is probably items not spilling when you reclaim a location. That is huge. What Prime is saying. Yeah, that is huge. Or at least it's huge for Fortress mode. I immediately disabled it, Arcloid, but if you've updated DF Hack, it is supposed to work. I disabled it because it was like quadrupling the length of my load times, which does happen sometimes upon new updates. It happened like when Adventure Mode first came out. So there's some bugs related to DF Hack right now, it seems like. It's gonna look. You've got short swords. I'm perusing before I purchase. Seeing what the has. Lots of random crap. You've got a nice hammer. Is this elf a guard, or are you selling a silver hammer? Lots of celery. Ooh, well, we found the veggie tender. That one's in the cabbage dealer. Turnip plants. What else do we have? Because these are like the, air quotes, traveling merchants. Bunch of food. Be really cool if we could set up like something just spat. Apparently, I am doing something I'm not familiar with. Okay, hold on. Let me stand up real quick and check this. Something spat on me. I saw the little spitting icon. Maybe I'm seeing things. Lots of food import places. Into little dwarven stalls. There are cloth structures, but when you encounter them in this version, they just look like normal walls, right? Because there's no different sprites for them. Because like the camps are air quotes tents, but they just look like wooden walls. One of those things, like, they either don't have graphics for them or they haven't implemented graphics for them. Well, they could do that. Bet you that probably wouldn't be too difficult either. All right, we're getting somewhere. We got something different. It's not just veggies now. Go down to this different colored chest. Ooh, flour. Don't know what I would do with hemp flour, but, like, it'd be fun if you could smoke hemp flour. Can you even make flour out of hemp seed? I know you can make like quinoa flour and stuff, but Looks like some weird leaf texture. I don't think I've ever seen that. There's an iron mace. You have various weapons. I need socks. Literally what I need. There's just like a cliff here. Wow. Battle axe. Let's see. Is there like an imported clothing sign? Leather clothing store, shoe and shop, woven clothing shop. I need like clothing imports. What are you saying to me? Splinter is speaking to the, is talking to our yak and saying it's great to have them as a friend. And someone is introducing themselves to me. This human boyer. I'm gonna reply to the greeting. Say, I'm Zang. And, trade thief. Can I say shop? No. Can you blast somebody with flour? Definitely could throw flour at somebody, yeah. Full or just the flour. I don't think they... Can you make socks out of leather? I don't believe I've ever tried. Well, let's just swap to a different subject. Change the subject. I'm going to... They have a negative attitude towards me. Well, I'm gonna brag about my violent axe. I killed the goblin. They have nothing to say to me. I say goodbye. They say goodbye. You started the conversation in the first place. Woven clothing. Wood clothing. Food imports. Woven clothing. I need... Oh. Whoa. Wood clothing imports. They actually sell wood clothing. Okay, well, none of these fit me. Oh, I see. It's not wood clothing imports. It's just the sign is made of wood. Let's take a peek. Yeah, literally everything's large, so nothing fits me. I would have had to play a human. I do wonder how dwarves successfully integrate into dwarven society. Actually, you know what I could do? Start a conversation with the tall clother. And they said their arms coal ripped. And I'm gonna ask to trade for personal items. Actually, first I'm gonna go over to my yak. And I'm going to take 10 coins off of the yak. And I'm going to try and trade personal items. And I'm gonna be like, hey, give me your socks. I'll give you my falling apart sock. And I guess I could take the shoe in exchange for the boot. Here, you know what? I'll sell you these high boots. We'll do that. It's all cloth and silk then, I guess, right? Let's see if they run more goods. Offer currency. Let's say 5. Oh, can I say 5 currency? Great. Nope. Okay, let's say all of the currency. How about my 1 good sock as well? Nope. Yeah, it's actually, you're right. Currency only works if it's from that region. Okay, well, let's just back down to my yak. Let's remove. Okay, so actually, no, let's place those onto you. From you, let's grab 20 silver arrows. I'll try and trade with you and give you these. Just give me your socks. Take my socks. Give me your shoes. Take my shoes. Well, actually, let's just go for 1 and 1. And I will go down to the arrows and be like, boop, boop. 5 and 20. Maybe not 20. Let's say 10. Trade. Oh, there we go. I can now wear new socks and a shoe. Success, I say. After you return to your fort and it's fucking up your FPS, what do? Go back to a save file. That's your only option, unfortunately. If I had more options for you, I would give them to you, but I do not. What I should do, actually, is I should sell some stuff for currency. You could try retiring and unretiring again, yeah. But, the thing is, it's not a guaranteed chance that liquid levels change. And every single time you retire and unretire a location, it could change the liquid levels. Can't you damn it? Well, then you've answered your own question, right? Like, if there's only 2 small places where the lava spills from, right? Because you're asking me, like, what do you do? And you've answered your own question with, can you dam it? Yes, you could dam it. What I've done in situations like that is, like, build pumps up next to it and pumping water onto it. But if it's screwing up your FPS, it's going to be hard to do that, right? So I guess it depends on how bad your frame rate is. And if your frame rate is usable still, like if you're still in the reasonable range, then you could do that. Although lava's only really going to heavily damage your frame rate if it's catching stuff on fire, which is blocking dwarves' pathing. So try and get your dwarves away from the lava, if possible, and try and set it up so they don't need to cross it. Or if they can, they have a direct route to cross it. Gets new socks? Maybe. I'm going to greet this listener again. Let's move up. And let's trade. And this time, I need some local coins. So here, take my rings. Ask for currency. Let's say 20 local currency. Maybe 10 currency? Does that work? So I'm not sure that does. And currency in exchange for... Oh, also, apparently, I traded my good boot and not the damaged one. Well, that's awkward. A screwed up chat room. Well, here, I'll give you 2 pieces of meat. Nope. Okay, how about a ring? There you go. You got new socks? I mean, it's not a, like, a bad thing to, like, use as a title, but... okay, what actually do they have in here? Is that everything large? Everything is large. Okay, so also checking something. This is the right coin, I think. It's kind of tricky because I don't know what the actual... Okay, actually, hold on. Let's do some math for a second here. So... Okay, actually, never mind. That's a stack of 200. Okay, so 1 coin is $1. If I sell you 1 ring, and I ask for currency, or actually, if I just click this button, even, how much do they want? I want... let's say 5 silver coins. Okay, well, I probably just ripped myself off. But I just sold a ring for 5 silver coins. I want to say those were 10 points. It's really tricky not being able to see the values of things. Also, I know why I couldn't ask for currency. It's because they had none. They had none in their inventory. That should be grayed out if they have no currency. Okay, what other things have I grabbed that I can sell? I grabbed that instrument. But I mean, okay, so we have a stack of 10 copper coins from this currency, and I have a stack of 990 copper coins. Okay, so they're copper coins, which aren't super valuable. You know, actually, let's see if I could trade coins for coins. I'm going to, like, let's see if I can exchange some currency. So I'm going to take 990 coins, which is very heavy. I'm going to greet the listener. Yeah, that's fine. We're talking with the human clother now. Let's trade, barter, deal. Okay, you don't have any currency, apparently. Fine, then. I'll go back to speaking with the dwarf. Trade, barter, deal. Also, chat room investments are open for those of you who care. So down here at the bottom, you've got copper coins. So a stack of 3,000 copper coin is worth 3,000 buck. The gold coin stack of 200 is worth 200 buck. Okay, so is that the number or the value? Let's see if I can trade 200 copper coins for 200 gold coins. That seems like a bad deal for them. Okay. Let's say 300 copper coins. Nope. Let's say 400 copper coins. Nope. Let's say 500 copper coins. Nope. Okay, let's say 600 copper coins. Nope. Let's say 700 copper coins. Let's say 900 copper coins. Nope. Let's say 990 copper coins. And 5 copper coins. Nope, that's still not enough. Wow. Trying. Don't really have anything I can throw in to sweeten the deal either. Okay, well, how about this? Let's unselect that. And say all of my copper coins for silver coins. Let's say 200 silver coins. All right, so I now have 200 silver coins. I may have just ripped myself off, but they're heavier. So they'll make for a better throwing weapon. All right, let's see if I can find a tavern. There's several. There's the Pepper of Cooks, which we were in earlier. So I guess we're going to the Pepper of Cooks, chat. The economy of human towns is very, very flawed. Well, we just did a currency exchange for copper for silver. So I would assume, this is a dumb assumption, which is very much probably wrong, that silver items outvalue copper items. But like I said, I could be very wrong. But also, as much as the economy might be flawed, they're also the only place that really has an economy. Okay, well. So we're in an ad break, apparently, so I will... It's a very empty clothing shop. I cannot find this tavern. Heading south. Oh, there it is. Tavern sign. There we go. Let's see if we can go buy some drinks and such. I can tell you that they do in Fortress mode, so I would assume they would in Adventure mode. It's 10 silver for 2 copper. Certainly seems that way, yeah. I mean, if anything, I'm just cleaning my money because I didn't steal anything. It doesn't weigh very much, though, the coins. Although I wonder if it's telling me per coin. Well, 100 Dwarf bucks? Is that what DB is translating to? If you want to see what was added over in YouTube chat, click on the link at the top of the screen. It'll take you to the patch notes. It's easier than me reading them off every 5 minutes. All right, we're through the ads now. But yeah, when you say DB, are you referring to Dwarf bucks with DB? Also, there's that artifact I would like. Okay, let's go speak with the Tavern Keeper. I am thirsty. Start conversation with the Tavern Keeper. This is Endok Belt Aged. And this is the Pepper of Cooks. I have returned with a new adventure. I'm going to do service. Order room by. So let's see what list they give me. We have food. No, you don't. But I can order a drink. I'm gonna order a blackberry wine. Let's see if I cease being thirsty. Just waiting. I think he just ripped me off. Yeah, because I'm still thirsty. I think this Tavern Keeper is a thief, chat. Where's my money, Tavern Keeper? More importantly, where's my booze? Get the artifact? On my way out. Well, they're petting my pets. Well, that's good. Tavern Keeper says, did you hear the one about the guy that I just ripped off? Shout to everybody. This Tavern Keeper is ripping me off. Well, here, I'll do this. A great listener. I'm going to ask for a room for the night. Rent a room. First door on your left. Okay. And I ordered what? Blackberry wine? Is that criminal petting my pet? Can I wait in here? Yeah, I can. So I can just sleep anywhere and wait in here now. Berry, blueberry. Doesn't look very blue. Blackberry. Drink one of it, and then I'm gonna put it back in the barrel. Now where the stair? There's the stair. Yes, Weed Lord. Drinking more than 2 units of beer, I've tested this a couple of times with a dwarf, will give you permanent alcohol poisoning and kill you, Rock. First door on the left. This is our room. Rest until dawn. It's quite a long rest, but I think we needed it. It's way too long of a rest. Shouldn't have rested that long. Oh well. It's okay. I'm sure they won't mind if I make a fire. Okay, they won't let me make a fire in here. It's kind of funny. Can go out here and make a fire. Did I not? Just going to throw the mud that I just picked up by mistake. Throwing the mud at the mud. I had to get that mud out of my drink. Because apparently I hit fill instead of heat. Okay, well. I believe you. Drink the water. No, I don't want to heat the water. I want to drink the water. It's all my water and all my foods on... Where did my yak go? There you are. And I eat 2 pieces of yak meat. And I'm still hungry and still thirsty, but I don't feel like starting to vomit. So I guess we now go find a creek. It's intended behavior. Alcohol poisoning is very much intended behavior. Well. Time to swap to my companion. Put my weapons away. Remove... You not have a water container? Oh, you don't. Noted. Love that you can throw seemingly anything around. Oh, yeah. No, it's a good time. You know, so I can't use wells. Because the button doesn't exist. But if I find a well, can I climb into the well? You know, I'm going to do a real quick save. I'm just going to try climbing into the well and filling up stuff. You know, with DF, it's almost never a bug unless it's listed on the bug tracker. The vast majority of things, like can you kill somebody with alcohol poisoning, isn't a bug because alcohol poisoning is a designed effect. Can you just give somebody a drink endlessly until they die of alcohol poisoning? Could you call that a bug? I would call that an intended effect. It's just nobody in the world seems to understand that alcohol poisoning is a problem, similar to how we used to swim in mercury. Let's see if I can literally climb into the well. No, maybe don't jump. Time to open space. Okay, so let's see. I'm now in the well. I'm going to grab my water skin and fill it with water. Ha! Look at that! And then I'm going to drink some of the water from below. No, not my blood. Just the water. Then I'm gonna climb up. Then I'm gonna climb out. Okay, we made it out. Can you still claim a site? Oh yeah. Literally just talk to anybody and claim a site for yourself. Although they might, you know, be like, nah. Right? It has to be a site that doesn't have a claim to it, so you have to go kill the person who runs it. Oh yeah, you could poison a town's well if you had like a collection of poison. I think they might be more than one layer deep though. There's like 10 goblin sites which refuse to be raised. You want to know why? It's because dwarves do not kill peasants when you send raiders. So in order for you to take over a site like that, you can't raise it. You have to send dwarves to take over the location. So basically, yeah, there's like if it says there's 200 people there, right, and you send a raiding party in, they'll run in, and then they'll be like, well, there's no soldiers here. It's all peasants and like kids, and so they leave. Right? Like you, the player in adventure mode, could be an awful murder hobo, but the dwarves themselves don't commit genocide. You could do that in adventure mode if you want to be a crazy person. But like when you're playing fort mode, your soldiers won't just go murder all the civilians. So what you have to do if you want to take over a location like that is set it to the conquer and occupy option, and then the conquer and occupy option will just send the squad, and you have to leave the militia commander there, but if you have a messenger appointed, then you can send the messenger on a separate mission to go retrieve those dwarves back and everything except for the commander, because the commander becomes a noble there. You could go like ask them to come back in adventure mode or something, but you suspected they didn't mass murder civilians, but you weren't sure. If you keep an eye on the combat logs when you raid locations, it doesn't say that they're killing like kid, right, or child, right? Well, the only thing it says is like confronts other named entity, which are always soldiers. So apparently a peahen just ate a beetle. All right, I'm no longer hungry and no longer thirsty. Excellent. All right, well, you know what we could do? Let's go up to this planter and give him a chit chat. And he says, hello, I'm Aerith. And I say, hello, I am Dwarfus. I am, what was my name? Zang. I'm going to ask about troubles. They really do not like the gloom monster. My companion keeps talking about it, and this guy's talking about it too. Well, we know where he is. He's in the Great Swamps. I really don't want to go die to that thing, which I probably would. I'm going to summarize a conflict in which a raven attacked me. Apparently I was walking around in the Great Swamps. Actually, hold on. I'm curious. Human camp. Human camp. There's a stream called Horsewise. That mean don't stand behind it? Silky Night? Is that like Silent Night? The Boil of Nights, a town. Hamlet. There's a pretty big town down there, but I think it might also be completely destroyed. Goblin camp all the way over there. Human fort called Wealth Crests. Dark Goblin spit steals? That's funny. Wonder what spit steals. Some forest retreats. I don't see that location. Fight the Gloom Monster. You see, Vukruk, I don't know whose side you're on. Are you like the devil on my shoulders saying, jump in the river and drown every single time I walk across a bridge? Because you're really starting to sound a lot like it. It's just, go fight big scary monster. I can't kill some humans, mate. And you want me to go fight, like, the light holes. That's a hell of a lair. Silent Mind, the Triangular Sea. So, goblins will always have the is sometimes cruel trait, Weedlord, but goblins that are born in dwarven society will value craftsdwarfship, be more tolerant. Like some of their traits, there are like species traits and then there are faction traits, and they'll gain faction traits and faction tendencies if they are raised in a certain faction, or if they willingly left and joined a different faction. There's a rock down there. That's something. The hunt? That's kind of neat. There's a hillock named Ucher Typhoons, which is haunted. There's also a goblin hillock right there. I think I figured out why it's haunted. Yeah, well, I mean, goblins themselves, the only reason they're inherently evil... Oh, there's the Gloom Monster. That's what I was trying to find. The goblins aren't inherently evil. Goblin factions are just simply run by are simply run by demons. Also, this is a dwarven hillock named Virgin Clasps the Mighty Desk. That's a location. There's a lot of human hamlets. Let's go to Shocked Pointed. It's another human town south of us. I'm very proud of my idea to just simply jump into a well, by the way. You never consider that dwarves have concise cultural military customs like that? If you want to find out faction customs really quickly, your Draken, which often can like help you work your brain around weird things in Dwarf Fortress, I have this, like, this is my favorite page of the wiki. This is Ethics of Vanilla Civilizations. And it gives you a pretty decent idea. Things like dwarves do not like torture, right? Although killing a plant is totally acceptable. Same with an animal. Killing neutral sapients only if sanctioned. Killing members of the same entity is capital punishment. Treason, trespassing, theft. Like, theoretically by this, if dwarves go attack a thing and steal something, they'd get a serious punishment even if they're attacking, right? Slavery is completely against the rule. Any kind of rules. You're not allowed to eat things, but you are allowed to make a trophy from a corpse of the same race, but they do find it appalling. So this will like give you a bit of an idea. If you just type in !ethics, it'll give you a link to that page. It's funny, like the thing that I think is really amusing and interesting about this game, Your Draken, is when I see people with like 4 hours of time on this game, and they're like, oh, this game doesn't do anything that other games don't already do. And then they just completely dismiss it and move on with their day. Which, that's fair. I could see why you would get that impression of this game. But then, like, there will be people that I talk to who are just like, I've played 700 hours of this game and I didn't know that, insert thing causes this. That's where the depth of Dwarf Fortress is, right? Like, surface-wise, gameplay-wise, it's not always the deepest game. But, like, what's going on under the hood is what makes this game interesting and what makes this game unique and what makes it, like, really replayable and possible to just, like, kind of keep exploring. And why every new world is cool, because, yeah, of course, it's like any game with any sort of procedural generation in it, right? Like, there's going to be, like, repeated storylines. You're going to see the same thing more than once every now and again. You are going to encounter similar situations. You are going to witness similar events. But you're always going to find something new. As somebody who doesn't use Linux, I don't know. You'd have to ask a Linux user. Are there new things in Fort mode in the past year? Goblin locations generate properly now so they can attack you with trolls. Vampires hide properly and are no longer blue. Frame rate got better. Bug fixes, crash fixes. In the last half a year. Depending on your definition of half a year, Mark's dwarves work just fine now. Archers are still a little weird, but that's just because you can't make arrows. I don't know, chat. What's been added in the past year? My memory goes back 3 weeks max. This is a pretty big little town. So can't walk down that road. Can walk down this one, though. The Cathedral of Brides. Well, that is definitely like the wedding shop in Vegas. The Dinner of Aquamarine. I have no idea what aquamarine tastes like, but I guess we're going to go find out. Oh, yeah, burrows you can be designated in 3. Oh, yeah, there's a ton of search options in the Fortress mode menus now. Search functions, yeah, I forgot about that. Cave adaptation's been fixed. A lot of buildings can be destroyed by building destroyers again. I don't know. Other things, probably. I'm going to eat that and put it in my backpack. And fish meat. Wow, this is a busy as hell tavern. Hey, there's people singing. Look at this. And someone is fighting. Sounds like a fun tavern. Chat, we found a quality nightclub here. Look at all these scattered tables. Can I stand up, please? Or okay, there's finally nobody on top of me. They fixed Mark's Dwarves like months ago. I made videos about it. I made tutorials on how to use them. I've explained to people how to use them. And every single day I stream this game, 5 people in chat go, they fixed Mark's Dwarves? And I have a question. This is just a general question. How do I do my job better so that we don't run into this issue? Like, how do I actually... Like, I'm not paid by KitFox. I don't work for KitFox, so I can't tell them how to talk to the community. But, like, I have one of the bigger voices in the community to be able to get a message to people. Yet, no matter how many times I repeat things, I can't reach everybody. It's very frustrating, chat. It's like, I don't know how to do this. It's like, I've literally streamed with like Mark's Dwarves in every single fort for the past half a year. There's a bard here. Apparently the rat man's talking to me. I'm going to ask how the listener's feeling. I'm optimistic about the future. Fantastic. Probably not many. Your Draken. Based on my YouTube numbers versus the number of people that own this game, not that many. Well, I mean, they did for like 2 months. And then stopped. Gotta go make supper. You do what you gotta do, dude. Enjoy your din-dins. $25, quarter of 100. Damn. What have I done to you? Probably nothing of value. If I had to bet. I'm just gonna say goodbye so your conversation doesn't... Who let the child into the bar? God damn it, there's a human criminal up there? Hold on, chat. This tavern has a whole bunch of... This tavern's just full of kids. It's like how I feel when I go into a metal... Wow, that's quite the dance floor. This is like how I feel when I go into a metal show and it's like mostly full of little kids and families. I'm like, God damn it. Holy glitter. Who works here? Is there an employee? Can I speak with an employee, please? I also realized I didn't take that artifact. I should go wait. I should wander around until I find somebody who wants that artifact back. Like you. So crooks and crooks. Got it. My name is Zang. And they're all making fun of the performance, by the way. Apparently it's bad. I'm Emek. Praise to Abba. Inquire about troubles. Well, let's see. We've got beasts. Wow. Everybody hates this. Oh, also, since I started playing chat, that gloom monster has gone from 2 kills to 3 kills. It's killed 3 in its lust for murder. Lawyer quests in adventure mode? You mean show up and break somebody's knees and tell them that they owe somebody money? That sounds like being a lawyer to me. Yeah, the number's gone up. It's killed somebody since we've been wandering around. I mean, people are already triggered enough by my fortress designs, so they've already tuned out of adventure mode, that's for sure. We'll see you later, Dulkin. Thank you. You love when the diplomat of the humans sends a goblin criminal and they say they get a yearly goblin criminal has arrived. Have you actually seen that? I don't think I've ever had that. That's amusing. My warrens are art. I literally every single day I stream, 1 or 2 people say that my fort triggers their OCD. And as somebody with OCD, my OCD doesn't give a shit about your OCD. OCD is nuts. Let's state the opinion that is inevitable. Maybe I'll ask for directions. I already have directions. I know where it is, but it's fine. Service room or any. I don't work here. Well, who does? I'm going to ask about this human criminal. I'm going to ask about somebody. I'm going to ask about Imek. On a wind. I am a criminal. Ah. Thank you for the detailed response. I'm going to interrogate, maybe? Yes. I do not permit Pepe emotes in my chat. Never have, never will. Although I think Feels Good Man works, because it's the default emote in Better Twitch. What are you scheming? I'm going to intimidate. I do not scheme. Well, you're a criminal, so you're a pretty crappy criminal then. I'm going to ask you about your plots and schemes, and this time I'm going to persuade instead of intimidate. They appear to acquiesce, and they say again, I do not scheme. Okay, well then I will interrogate you again and ask who your boss is. I will persuade again. I serve no one, they say. Well, you certainly won't serve me food, so... How about I ask about your plots and schemes? I do not scheme. Well, okay. He's very much just doesn't make plans. I will impatiently say goodbye. Here to make friends, you know. Meanwhile, there's a human making a shame-worthy performance. Oh, hold on a second, what? Oh, I see. Meanwhile, my rat friend is just, like, talking about that same person. I kind of just want to go talk to this kid, but... Anybody in these rooms? Wow, these are big rooms. Holy shit. People say I build big rooms. Lordy, this is the 5-star hotel. If you make a pit pond, Weed Lord, you can assign, and set it as a pit, not a pond, you can assign caged creatures to the pond. But they will throw their gear in with it, but you can dump the gear off their bodies. Yes, this is adventure mode, which is currently in the beta branch, and I think also the experimental branch as of this morning. Well, there's no underground access, but that's fine. Is that a clothing shop, really? Orange, I didn't know that you owned a tavern in this city. Did you know that you owned a tavern in this city? Is it as complex as Fortress mode? It is the exact same engine, Gabriel Trash Panda. So think about it this way. Fortress mode and adventure mode are the same game. Really. Yeah, no, I read through it. It's fine. Adventure mode and Fortress mode are the same game, right? So they're both running on the same code. So adventure mode lets you play as your bards, your monster hunters, your adventurers, the guys that come and visit your tavern, the random passerbys. So it's not a life sim like Stardew Valley. You're not just living in a city going about your day. You are a traveling adventurer. Time moves way slower. Like, I think it's in the calendar isn't implemented right now, but I'm pretty sure it's been like 4 or 5 days that I've been in this adventure now. And it is like, I've been streaming for 5 hours and it's 2 p.m. Can you steal artifacts? You can steal just about anything with almost no repercussions. You can convince people to join you. You can join a bandit gang. You can murder a bandit gang. You can track down dragons and slay them. You can track down dragons and try to train them and fail horribly and die. You can steal things. You can start wars. You can convince a queen that she values nature, and then they stop fighting with a world with another faction after you save because they started a war over the disrespect of plants with the elves, and then you could convince the queen that she values nature and she'll stop invading the elves in World Gen. Stuff like that. You can go visit your own forts and stab a dwarf you don't like. You can go become a were creature by fucking with gods and then eat people. You can beat up children and throw them by their nose into a tree. You can, this VOD probably just got demonetized. You can, I don't know, make a party of 15 goblin men and with nothing but shields, daggers, and loincloths, and then go get torched by a dragon or die to a hydra. You could make a fortress and fill that fortress up with masterwork adamantine armor sized for an elephant man, be an elephant man, run around beating up capybaras until you're legendary in all combat skills, and then go kill a necromancer. The entire world that you generate becomes a interconnected open world game. Right now we're in a... What? Oh, okay, so it just started raining, and all of the blood that has been, like, you know, just getting on my clothing just got washed off. Because it literally started raining just now. I mean, unlike Skyrim, you don't have to mod the game to beat up children. But you can't use any of the abilities right now, Buckrock. You can pray to gods and get gifted wrong-sized pants. Yeah, that can happen. Also, hey, YouTube chat. I'm in an ad over here on Twitch right now, so don't tell anybody, but there's 79 likes and 90 of you watching. Can we make those likes go up to like 100? In my experience, it's the children who like to beat up others. Yeah, you know, honestly, if you suck at combat and you try to fight with a child, you very well might lose. It's like, you can beat up children or get beaten up by children. Either works. Really. These stories are way too specific to be real. I mean, I can tell you this. I beat up a child once in adventure mode and felt bad about it and haven't done it since. And that wasn't on stream, and it was years ago. So, I mean, yes, you can barter now. That's why I'm running around with money and talking to people. I also have you can also throw a coin at somebody's head so hard it breaks their skull and splits their skull into like 50 pieces. So, you know, it's a very good video game. I broke somebody's leg with a coin earlier. Also, well, there's the rat. I was like, where'd the rat go? Oh, found the Long Tavern. Chubby Elf Pikeman. Rod-eared Goblin Lasher. Many kids. Does anybody work? Oh, there's the Tavern Keeper. That's a monk. Start conversation. Greet listener. The Human Tavern Keeper says, hello, Dwarf. I am Desmer Bitewards. This is the Praised Orange. What can I do for you? Life is in a word. Rivalry. You must like sport. And they're apparently I'm joining in with some sort of conversation. How can this game just throw so much random stuff without so much as a shrug? What do you mean by throw so much random stuff? I mean, it's called 20 years of development on a video game made by developers who don't really know how to make video games. Does that make any sense? Which is part of the reason, like, to elaborate on what I mean a little bit. For 20 years, they were adding things to the game that they thought would be fun. And that includes things that make good gameplay and things that are fun to program. Does that make sense? It's really strange that you're like comparing me to a RimWorld content creator when I used to be one. Remember, Conway's of life rules are super simple, and you get those wild random patterns. DF randomness is kind of like that. Yeah, I will. Anyway, I guess to continue elaborating on what I was saying. Dwarf Fortress has been in development for literally 20 years. Like, because the original posts about it, which are on a forum that no longer exists, that you can't even find in the Wayback Machine, I've tried, because it wasn't hosted in a matter that was archivable. They started talking about Dwarf game in 2002. So this game has been in development for more than 20 years in some way, shape, or form. And the developers of this game have been making video games since the 80s. But the way they started making video games in the 80s was the way a lot of people learned to program back then. You'd get a magazine with a bunch of code in it, and you'd copy it into a computer and then have a video game. And they realized that they could take the code for one video game and cram the code for another video game in and make new video games. Is that an artifact? No, it's just a bronze shield. So because they realized that they could do that, they slowly self-taught themselves on how to make games by taking games that other people had made, printed the code out in magazines, and then modifying them, right? So they just would add things that they would want in a video game. And that kind of is what Slaves to Armok was this just them trying to make the everything video game with everything that they could possibly want. And Slaves to Armok stopped development in, I think, 2005? Or maybe it was 2004. I can't remember. It's one of the two. Anyway, I need to go look at the actual blog post. But Tarn started working on Dwarf game in 2002, and it was supposed to be a 3-month side project, and it was. But he didn't finish it. And Then he came back in 2004 and started working on Dwarf game again. So Dwarf Fortress was kind of like an attempt to remake Armok instead of 3D with terrifying graphics in just ASCII, which is terrifying to most people, instead of just being terrifying. Well, Tarn is a mathematician, right? Like Tarn, I don't even know what his total degrees is, but like Tarn traveled to Germany multiple times to like do math in universities. Tarn is the mathematician. Zach is a history and archaeology major, and creative writing, I think. So like Zach is creative writing, history, and archaeology. So Zach is unemployed, and Tarn was a mathematician. Sorry, Zach. But yeah. So all of the writing in the game and all of the weird, quirky chatter that you see in the game is Zach's writing. And a lot of the large portion of the game's design and QA has been done by Zach. Or like a full broadside project? Well, I mean, it was, believe it or not, Dwarf Fortress didn't make enough money for them to develop it as a job until PayPal came out. Like they had like an address where you could mail them cash, but that was it. And the release of PayPal was the thing that pushed it over the edge. You're a student in game development? Well, hopefully the industry has unfucked itself by the time you graduate. But yeah, I mean, like there's plenty of places where you can go read up on the history of Dwarf Fortress. It's a fascinating little game. Anyway, let's greet this listener. It's good to see you. This is the Praised Orange. What can I do for you? I'm gonna ask for services. We rent rooms for 20 a night. Actually, hold on. I want to check something. I have no money in my inventory. So if I say yes. Okay. And then say trader settled debts. I owe 20. Okay, so I need to ask to stay and then give him 20. 20 whatevers. Let's grab 10 copper coins. And let's say 5 silver coins? Human Tavern Keeper. Although I'm pretty sure I could just ask to stay and then leave. Offer currency, let's say 20. We're offering 20. Give. I'm confused. Did you want something? Trying to give you the money I owe you. What I'm trying to do. But I guess I'm not giving you enough money, right? Where's my yak? There's my yak. There's my yak. I'll offer you a gem. Where'd the Tavern Keeper go? There you are. Trader settle debts. Let's trade. No, that's... Come on. Great. Yep. Keep losing the conversation with you. I don't want to shout. I want to trader settle debts. I have 20 value. Probably just give you that gem that I stole. So he took my gem, but I think I still owe him money. So essentially, do I need to get local currency? Yeah, okay. I'm trying to figure out how to make this work. So offer 25 because that's what I have. Yeah. So it looks like Tavern Keepers don't fully function yet, unless I'm Chad, am I completely missing something? Well, good luck, Trash Panda. I'm sure you'll get there. Armok is you? I really like the Mobile Suit Baba game. Why is his inventory blank? Well, his inventory is supposed to be blank, right? The thing is, I owe him 20 bucks for the room. Okay, so let's try this. Let's see if I can go into the room. Actually, what time of day is it? Yeah, we'll just sleep till dawn. Sleep till dawn. It's very cloudy and rainy. First thing you do is slap the tavern keeper. I mean, depends on the relationship you have with the tavern keeper. I would say. Thirsty. They don't have any drinks. There you are. Start new conversation. Greet. Trader settle debts. Offer currency. 20 currency. Offering 20. Yeah, so like he can't accept the currency if I owe them money. Unless he just wants items. But I'm not giving him my stuff. Hold on, I'm just gonna go grab this shield off the ground that somebody left here and see if I can give him the shield and see if that like changes the value of it. Where'd you go? It's like bartering with shopkeepers does work. Do you wish to trade? Thank you so much. So he takes it as a gift, but still needs the money that I owe him. Can I give him a smack on the behind? I would literally need to start combat with him to do that. Although once the ability screen is added in, you'll be able to spit on people you're annoyed with. Or pet them. I'm gonna go grab me some snow. Hold up. And I'm gonna melt the snow in my hand. Which I think I can do. Oh. We'll just heat you. Interact. Unless I put it in my backpack. Eat snow near campfire. Oh, wow, that did it. Drink the water. All right, well, let's just jump down here. Grab some more snow. It's in my hand. I'm gonna put this. Put you in there. Oh, we're fine. No, the game is an alpha. So if you want to be like super reductive about it, it's an alpha of a beta. But in my mind, Dwarf Fortress isn't an alpha. I know that it's like referred to as an alpha. To me, it's not. To me, Dwarf Fortress is just... Calling Dwarf Fortress an alpha is like calling any ongoing developed game an alpha, right? Does it fit that definition? Sort of, yeah. But I don't know if it's necessarily a fair definition. Because this game has more content in it and more things to do and more stuff to interact with than almost any finished game out there. Yeah, well, I mean, even that's like reductive, and because the thing about calling it like a forever early access game or whatever, that is a really shitty way to refer to one of the most content-rich games ever made. So it's like, yeah, you could call it that. I wouldn't. Probably because they're going with the most complicated menus first, and also because it's a beta in it, Vakrak, and not really meant for public consumption. So you shouldn't be consumptioning it if you're going to question, why did they do this thing first? Because it's not finished. There's a goblin swordsman. Saw Capybara die, but he hasn't seen me yet. I'm going to go up to here. Oh, there's trees there. Well, I think he's seen me now. Okay. My Ratman friend is screaming, I have defeated many fearsome opponents. And also I'm seeing 1 bowman, 2 bowmen, swordman, spurman, skilled bowman with iron arrows, skilled bowman with iron arrows. You have what? Decent armor. You have what? Multi-grasp, 2-handed sword. Did Splinter die? No. Splinter is following me. DF is a live service? Certainly. But again, I would just say that that is kind of a crappy way to refer to it because, chat, I have a genuine question. Does anybody get any positive thoughts out of a game being referred to as a live service? Also, Splinter just got hit by an arrow. So yeah, no, Splinter is giving us away. Can you? No, you can't mount him. Okay, well. Another arrow hits me. Well, Splinter just ruined this all for us, chat. I'm going to throw a coin at this goblin bowman. And I missed. Horribly. And I dodged out of the way of an arrow. How is your injuries? Slight pain, ability to stand lost. Leg is broken. Fantastic. Sony backed off on all of that, so I wouldn't necessarily say that Sony ruined them. I think that's kind of a misrepresentation. Because Sony did completely back off of that. As far as I know, they did. And when I checked into it, I read that they were working on, what's the word? Changing the way their online accounts work so that you can register for accounts in all regions. However, I would simply argue, if you think they ruined it, don't buy games published by Sony. That's what I would say. There's a reason I haven't played Helldivers 2, and it's because it's published by Sony. And I don't trust them. It's like I don't trust Paradox. It's like I don't trust Ubisoft. But they haven't fucked up Trackmania yet. So I still play Trackmania sometimes. What about people who already bought it? Well, they knew what they were buying, right? Throwing a coin at your goblin. Oh, Valley of Plenty. Oh, Valley of something. Oh, shit. I can get a precise attack if I punch him in the hand. And I miss. So I have a feeling my Ratman's going to die because my Ratman started this fight. But we'll keep an eye on where he ends up while I fight up here. Missed again. So this is okay. I'm not currently aggroed with all of them. My rat is. Just a heads up. And also, I'm pretty sure the yak has already ran away. Try and slash. Block a flying arrow with a shield. I'm going to turn on tactical mode once he's in combat down there. Rat good at running. Rat currently can't stand because Rat started a fight and then immediately took an arrow to the leg. So I'm fighting with the goblin that hit him with the arrow. And it seems like my yak has reappeared. I'm going to strike you with my shield. Miss again. And I'm just going to bump attack. See what we get. Miss. Stab the bowman with the iron longsword, tearing apart the muscle. Many nerves have been severed. That's literally impossible because the abilities screen isn't in the video game. So, also, once his body rots, the ability screen won't be in the video game. And I have zero intention of making any fortresses in this world, so I'm not going to resurrect him in fortress mode. If he dies, his corpse will maybe be left somewhere ceremonial, but am I going to do anything with it? No. So, no. Sorry, but I'm not gonna... This isn't a long-term world. We hear whistling. Probably that human down there. You still can't stand. Zeng the recruit has entered a martial trance. Zeng slashes the muscular goblin bowman in the upper body. Oh. The second I stop controlling my dwarf, the dwarf immediately kills somebody. Slim Goblin says I've defeated many fearsome opponents. Now that we're in a martial trance, what hand is your spear in? Right hand? I can get a decent hit on your left upper arm. Let's slash it. It's parried by a pike. He's recovering from attacking me. I'm going to try bump attacking because I got parried. Stab the frail human in the upper back teeth. Flies off in an arc. Yak is flying. It's probably jumping, actually. Oh, fighting. I read that as flying. Where's the yak fighting? I don't see no yak Mortal Kombat. Where are you seeing the goblin fighting? Or not the not the goblin, the yak fighting. Because I'm not seeing that at all. I saw it running away in fear, but that I wouldn't consider that to be fighting. Covering from attacking me with a pike and failing, I can hit you in the right upper arm if I scratch you. I scratch him, tearing the muscle. Go for the left upper arm, and I will slash. There we go. You don't need that anymore. And then, imminent, he's attacking me with a precise pike stab. He's going for my right foot. I'm going to dodge. Actually, you know what? Let's try and... yeah, we'll dodge. We'll dodge east. Then I'm going to go for a slash in the upper body. Slash him in the upper body with my longsword. Tearing apart the muscle and tearing apart the heart. He has a broken heart, chat. I don't think this human's going to live much longer. Heavy bleeding. Upper arm is gone. Right back teeth is gone. Well, I can get a good hit in on their neck if I kick them, which I tried, and they jumped away. Try to back up a little bit, and my character jumps back and kills him because I'm trying to keep my stupid rat alive. Zeng says, so true. So Zeng says, I have a part in this. This might require an answer. Oh, wait, they were talking. Hold on. Goblin didn't say anything to him. So Zeng says to the goblin, so true, so true. The fat goblin says, I must withdraw. The slim goblin says, death, it's all around us. It's truly horrifying. The frail human says, death, this is truly terrifying. And Zeng says, I've improved my sword. That was not satisfying. And you're winded and bleeding. Well, that's not good. Cannot breathe. Oh, great. Did you take, like, a death hit or something? Uh-oh. Might die. Can't stand, can't grasp. What did I get hit by? Let's find out. Flying iron arrow hits you in the right lower arm. Okay. Zang latches on firmly. I bit him. Ah. Frail human pikeman stabs me in the neck from behind with an iron pike. Yeah, we're dead. flying arrow hits me, I think. Can I breathe yet? Oh, nope, just winded. Try and pick these coins up. Nope, still can't breathe. Yep, we have suffocated. So, we're now rat. Rest in peace, Dwarf. Slight pain, ability to stand loss.
Bring out your dead!
I'm gonna run down here, grab the meat. And I'm gonna grab your water skin. Literally took an arrow to the neck midway through that fight. And the best part about this is this Ratman started the fight. Put that in my backpack, put that in my backpack. And stand up. Uh-oh. All right, well, the yak is helping. Yak is okay. No health problems. Slight pain, ability to stand lost. I can't stand up, by the way. Slim Goblin is saying that it must withdraw. I'm going to see if I can get a strike in. No, punch it, apparently. Nope, we're going to bash it. I bashed it with the bronze flail, bruising the fat through the wolf leather tunic. You thought the rat would die? I mean, the rat did kill the dwarf, though, I will say. This is entirely the fault of the rat, because the rat started this fight. I definitely didn't drive them here. Nope. I bruise a kidney. The goblin says I must withdraw. Well, you're not talking to me, so I can't tell you to... You're recovering from attacking me? Could get a difficult strike square on his throat. Let's try. You bash the goblin dancer in the throat from behind. Ooh. With my flail, and the injured part is crushed. That can't be good. This is a goblin dancer? Then why do you have weapons? Think the rat regrets what they did? Well, they're terrified and vengeful. They don't feel anything after somebody's death. They don't feel anything after seeing the dwarf die. So, no. They don't feel anything. I'm going for... Apparently, if I go for his back teeth and I punch him, I can get some extra damage in. Teeth fly out. He has no moral compass. He's a rat. You know what we need to do? We need to go find a human city. You bash the short goblin dancer in the neck from behind with the flail bruising the muscle. What we need to do is we need to find a city. If we survive this, we need to find a city with a sewer and just go live in the sewer. Oh, no. Sorry, I think I've bled to death. Well, okay, so the goblin bled to death. The short goblin dancer strikes Sinnoh in the rear hoof. And then short goblin dancer's bled to death. Sim goblin beast hunter slashes you in the head with an iron short sword and the severed part tails off in an arc. I couldn't even move. Can I wait a few turns? No. There really isn't any, Trash Panda. There's DF Hack, but that's not a mod. DF Hack is essentially like a trainer. It's a RAM editor, so it's like Cheat Engine, basically. So it does allow you to modify the game and add some UI tweaks in, add some new menus and such. But it isn't a mod. So should you install mods for quality of life for Dwarf Fortress? Absolutely not, because there are none. That being said, there are ones that like put hotkeys and stuff on the screen, but that's pointless. Sup, Darmond? I disagree with what Only Rafts just said. I also disagree that it's essential. I disagree with both of those points. And I'm just going to respond because some people are in an ad. Well, to me, to help on pings or notifications or Dwarf management, then go here and go to announcements and find the announcements that you need pings for, right? So go into your announcement settings and be like, all right, well, let's say, I don't know, when you get ambushed, shall we say, when there's a snatcher, when animals are attacking, when there's a thief, you can make the game pause, pop up, recenter. You can do that for fresh migrants. You can do that for when you have no food. You can do that when you found something in the caves. You can do that when you might not want to do that when like for things like a tree chopped down. But like you feed on victim. That's a vampire thing. So you can turn on all of these, right? So if you need help, if you need more pop-ups, you should do that. Basically, the people who use DF Hack, you Draken, have literally been playing this game for 20 years and think that the only way that they're used to playing it is the only way that you can play it, which is wrong. Always has been. How do you know if they fix a bug where your fort becomes the capital? Do I know if they fix that? I haven't tried reclaiming yet, so I don't know. I had that happen a couple of days ago, but I haven't tried abandoning and reclaiming a fort since. Why would you want to know every single time a dwarf is sparring? The game would be perma-paused. Also, I think it's non-lethal attack is what it's listed as, I think. Oh, so here's the thing, right? What you want is you want no notification on the left. Those are not those notifications. Those are the like full screen pop-up ones, not the little ones on the left, right? I think you can completely disable those, but I'm not sure how. I'm pretty sure you actually have to like go into the game's files for that. The thing that you need to know, these are the three things you need to know about DF Hack. Number one, it can ruin your game. Number two, it can break your game. Number three, it can crash your game, and it will. Okay, those are the three things you need to know about DF Hack. Second thing is, it's like saying that the only correct way to play Skyrim is by typing /unlock all achievements or whatever the hell the command is right at the very beginning and then Alt F4. When people tell you that you need to use DF Hack, they're telling you that you need to cheat or you need more information than the game needs to give you. You do not need that information. What you need to do as a new player, if you're trying to learn Dwarf Fortress, is literally just settle somewhere calm. That's it. Settle somewhere calm that doesn't have crazy neighbors and start playing. That's it. Like literally the only thing I use in DF Hack is quick save. And you don't even really need that. All that DF Hack really does is it makes you complacent, which is why you get people that are absolute DF Hack evangelists. Because here's the thing. Only Rafs, don't you come at me with that. Here's the thing. If you're used to playing with DF Hack, most people who play with DF Hack leave everything on. There is a lot of features of DF Hack that allow you to cheat subconsciously. Things like knowing information you shouldn't know. So, here's the thing. You have a search filter for trade, right? That's not cheating. Sure. But the reason you get all of these people insisting that it's mandatory is because their brains have rotted and they've forgotten how to play the game another way. That's not a bad thing, but it doesn't make them right? Here's the funniest part about DF Hack for me, is in version 47 and older versions of DF Hack, or in older versions of DF, I never used DF Hack at all, period. I had it installed in a separate install of the same version, so if I wanted to check something, or if I was worried I had a bug, or if something broke my game, like at the time frame rate death actually was a problem, which it hasn't been for years, But at the time when like frame rate death was an issue, I'd use it to exterminate something or like kill something, right? But I'd have it in a separate install because I didn't want it fucking with my game. People to this day, still talk in my chats about how, and my comment sections, about how they want the old skill system back. They don't want the old skill system back. They want the DF hack skill system back because they never actually played with the old skill system. Not once. None of those people, I guarantee you, played with the old skill system. They played with the DF hack skill system. Or they were using Dwarf Therapist, which lets you cheat in all manner of ways. So when you get used to using a system, you become an evangelist for it, right? It's like I will tell you that you are using Windows, the operating system, incorrectly. Here's the thing, Rafts, do you have the little pop-up that tells you when there's enemies on the map? Do you have the little pop-up that tells you when there is, what's the word? Do you have the little pop-up that lets you slaughter animals? Do you use auto dump? These are all cheating, right? Because it stops you from having to mentally manage things. Does it make the game play smoother? Certainly. But to me, they ruin the game.